so many notes. SmackDown so long. Hi guys, haters, we're back for another episode. It's Kills and Bills. We're here to run the world.
Woo! What's up, haters? We are back. Like he said, we back. He told you who we are. It's Kills. It's Billiam. Who are we? Only your latest and greatest, and hopefully your favorite wrestling podcast in the land. That's the Section 8 Wrestling Podcast. And tonight, whenever it is you're deciding to stop by our wonderful little corner of the internet, we're going to do what we always do, and we're going to give you that weekly recap of WWE wrestling. That's Monday Night Raw. But first, I'm going to pass it over to my man, Billiam. He is going to give us the Friday Night SmackDown rundown. Let's go, Billiam.
Ooh, we're off and running. SmackDown rolls through Dallas, Texas this week, and it kicks off with my opinion, the superstar of the year 2025, Miss Tiffany Stratton.
Oh,
I mean, for think about it, she ran 2025.
sure.
She beat
That wasn't a scoff. It was just like, oh,
she beat the Queen at WrestleMania to retain the championship. She was the only one undefeated until like September, and then she got hurt. So
yeah, I think she only lost her title because she got hurt. And
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, she just mentioned she's out there just saying it's glad to be back. The title misses her.
Huh.
She missed the title misses her.
Mm-hmm.
But then Nia Jax's music hits, and Nia doesn't agree. And Tiffy's like, just don't worry about it because I beat you. So what are you gonna do about it? Anyway, whatever. So that leads to our first match, which is why Nia and Lash Legend were out there. It is Nia and Lash going up against the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, for said Women's Tag Team Championships.
Okay, we should say I think this happened on Valentine's Day, so I did notice there was the first
It
trend
did.
of like Valentine's heart themed.
Yeah, with Nia, Jade, and Lash all had kind of Valentine's Day kind of themed. Lash's looked fantastic, as
Yeah.
did Jade's. Nia's wasn't great, but she still had fun with it. So
Right.
anyway, I have the hardest time. I just want to call them Rio the entire time.
Call them real the entire time.
I should, just because they have a shirt that says Rio, so I guess that's technically their name.
Technically their name.
But anyway, Rio was working real hard this week.
Okay.
They've had tag team title defenses like once a week for the past couple weeks, or like number one contenders. Like they're hardworking ladies out there. They need SmackDown, like they need two different tag belts like they did with the men. Because I mean, the women they're working hard, but they're putting so many tag teams together now that it's kind of hard to have one number one contender. So
yeah,
I think they should have a second set of belts if they keep adding, like putting women together, which is great, but give them more to go after.
I hear you.
So anyway, it gets out of hand after a while. So the ref rings the bell. So Nia attended on putting, like, they pulled out a table. They're just going at each other on the outside. The ref was like, just this getting ridiculous. Lash pulls out a table and Nia goes and puts Rhea on it outside. Nia tends to jump off I think the top rope to put her through the table. Io stops her. Rhea moves Lash out of the way. Io does like a suicide dive, and her and Nia go through the table on the outside. And then Lash spears Rhea through the barricade. So, no contest. I'm assuming they're going to want another shot, so on and so forth. But that match was nuts.
Yeah.
It was a great way to kick off the show.
Hey, looks like it. Yeah.
So, long story short, and still, women's tag team champions, Rio.
All right.
I said it that time.
You did. You nailed it.
All right. Next up, Carmelo talks to Matt Cardona and a returning Apollo Crews. It was Apollo Crews. I don't know. He was just
who? Apollo Crews is back.
Right. That's why I wrote returning question mark. Like I didn't know if he was still employed or if he just
Yeah. Oh,
always been there or he just
wow.
came back. Anyway, he's
Okay.
talking to Matt Cardona. They're both
Apollo Crews sighting.
yeah.
Hmm.
So they're talking about, it's great that you have the open challenge. It's really cool, so on and so forth. And he's like, but I want to go after it. And Matt Cardona's like, I'm also a former US champ and I'm here for gold. Doesn't matter what gold kind of thing. So uh Carmelo says that's great. He's in but sorry, I was mixing up two things. He's like, cool, but the open challenge is actually closed tonight.
Yes.
So no open challenge. So he proceeds to go out to the ring. He gets on the mic, which doesn't happen too often. You
Hmm.
don't really see Carmelo talk because he's just working and putting on a show every week. So basically says that he's in one of the Elimination Chamber qualifier matches next week because he wants bigger and better. And he calls out his next opponent for his next match. So he calls out Ilya Dragunov.
Hmm.
So he's like, "Come on out, man! Like you deserve your shot. Miz screwed you over last time. Let's do this for real."
All
So
right.
he proceeds to come out
Mhm.
until Solo Sikoa and the MFTs interrupt, and Solo's like, "Why can't I have a match?" That's kind of I was like, "Okay, whatever." So the MFTs surround the ring and they start to brawl with those two. Which afterwards, Matt Cardona and Apollo Crews come out as well. So they try to help, which 4 against 5, that doesn't work. So then Shinsuke's music hits, and here comes the fifth.
Mm-hmm. Now it's the numbers game every time.
Now, Nick Aldis like, all right, we're gonna have a 5-on-5 match then. I was like, saw that coming. So those 5 guys, which again, it's Shinsuke Nakamura, Matt Cardona, Apollo Crews, Ilya Dragunov, and U.S. champion Carmelo Hayes taking on all 5 members of the MFTs. Uh, let's just say Cardona and Dragunov are the best workers on SmackDown currently. Those 2 guys they can carry a match, and I can watch them both fight all day.
There you go.
It's one of those everybody's in the match, so everybody's gonna hit their finisher at one point in time. So it does a whole back and forth finisher, finisher, finisher. Tama Tonga is the legal man. He hits his cutthroat clothesline like forearm thing, which is
Mhm.
dope. I
Yeah,
actually am really starting to like that too. And he
yeah,
gets the win. He actually pins Carmelo Hayes.
he does.
He does.
He does.
So,
Pay attention to that, everybody.
yep.
Pay attention to that.
So after that, the MFTs standing tall in the ring, Solo's holding the lantern, all the lights go out, lights come back on in the ring, and they come back on a little higher up in the arena, and there you see the White Six, reminding them that we didn't forget about you and we're coming for what's ours.
You're still here.
After the match, we see Charlotte talking to Alexa in the back, uh, and she asks Alexa to be her galentine, and says she'll be ringside to woo her during her match tonight. And I'm like, oh,
No, Charlotte was in her bag.
yeah,
I did like this.
yeah,
Here, I got you a picture of me.
of me. She's like, but it's a picture of you, but it's to you. I signed it to you.
I signed it to you.
Yeah, that was a great little segment. So that little back and forth leads to our next match, which is the Women's Elimination Chamber qualifier
Oh boy, everybody.
between
Money time.
Alexa with Charlotte Flair, uh, versus US champ Julia with Kiana James
Yeah.
versus Zelina by herself. Yeah,
But she came out to
Alistair's music.
House of Black Music, and
Yeah.
she instead of like kind of rising out of the thing, she was like laying back and kind of had her own little version of it. So I was like, okay,
She does what she does with him coming out too, because
oh,
she
okay.
does all the
There you
same stuff. But he just wasn't there this time. But yeah, she does all that same stuff in the fog and the ring and the dropping back and so it's cool. I like this darker
go.
version of Selena. So
Yeah.
the match was really cool. It started with a lot of reversals, a lot of going for their finishers early on and kind of getting out of the way and kind of going back and forth. So that was a lot of fun to watch. Um, Alexa actually intercepts at the end of the match. She intercepts Selena and hits her with Sister Abigail and gets the 1, 2, 3 and advances in the Elimination Chamber,
Woo!
joining Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton.
Oh boy, it's getting stacked. Congrats to Miss Bliss.
Yes, sir. Next up, we see Tiffany Stratton. She runs into apparently Chelsea Green is injured her foot somehow.
Yes.
So Tiffany ran into her in the back in a wheelchair, but it was like all dolled out and everything, so it looked like a comfy wheelchair that Alba Fires pushed her in. So
Mm.
she's like, "Oh, I wish you would stood up and said something about it, but you couldn't." And then she ran off, and then she's like, "Go get her!" And then she's like, "No, don't go after her." So she turned around the other way. Which takes us to our next match, which is once again Ray Phoenix versus Trick Williams.
Okay.
Um, it's another great match. I mean,
Yeah.
we know what these guys can do, but we've seen it before. It's like we
Yeah.
just saw this.
Yeah.
There's so many other superstars that could be showcased on a 3 hour show, and we're
Yeah.
seeing a match that we just saw that has no like storyline. If they were doing some sort of rivalry, like in the backs, like they're talking to each other, but they're not. They just threw them together again.
Yeah.
Another solid match. Trick Williams picks up the victory with a fantastic like running knee, like his trick shot. But like Ray Phoenix, it was like Irish whipped off the rope, so he was running at him too. It was a hell of a hit.
Very clean. Yeah.
Yeah, but give us some new opponents between the two because they're both great. But we don't need
Correct.
unless you give us a rivalry, something. I don't know, give us something with it.
I need some sustenance behind the constant just
Yeah,
we're fighting again. Like, oh great. Okay.
yeah, they're actually hitting us pretty quick with matches this week. So next match we go right into Jade Cargill defending her WWE Women's Championship against Jordan Grace.
100 days as the queen, and she defends it for the first time. Let's go, Jade. I was excited. I
But
was excited.
before the match can happen, we hear Liv's music hit, and her and Dom and Raquel head down to the ring. Dom decided to set up a date night so Liv can see a potential opponent for WrestleMania, being that she won the Royal Rumble this year. She still hasn't yet to decide
Correct.
between currently Jade Cargill or Stephanie McCare. So Dom set this up. There's a table with chicken nuggies down there, and he pulls out a bottle of quote Dom. It's a bottle of
Yes.
champagne with his head on it.
Yeah.
That's like brilliant. So good. Uh, so back to the match. Jordan Grace looked fantastic. She looked really good. She injured Jade's arm early on, so
Yes.
Jade was a little incapacitated for a lot of it, but she let Jordan just kind of run away with it. And the fact that she was putting on a clinic showing us what she can do,
Yes.
especially in like title picture. But in the end, Jade Cargill somehow hit her finisher with one arm. That was no pun intended, phenomenal. But yeah, so and still your champion, Jade Cargill.
All right.
But
Let's
Jordan
go.
Grace isn't done with her. We'll see her again because
Correct.
man, she won me over at that match. Let's put it that way. Da-da. Oh, so after the match, Jade, who's still champion, walks right up to Liv and says, "Pick me. I don't care. Just do it or don't." But
If
she's
you
like, "Bring
pick
it on."
me, that's gonna be you. Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, after that match, which, like I said, boom, boom, boom. They've been doing promos all night between the three men in the Elimination Chamber qualifier with Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, and Jacob Fatu.
Okay.
So each one is kind of throughout the night, almost on the hour. It's
Yeah.
been talking about how it's my shot. I'm gonna get my title back. Sammy's like, I'm gonna finally get my chance for the 80th time. Jacob Fatu's like, check out my new grill, even though I'm not talking about it. Uh, so yeah, which leads us to our main event of the evening.
Yeah, let's go back.
It is another Elimination Chamber qualifier between Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, and Sami Zayn. It is a fantastic main event. It's gonna go back and forth. It's one of those matches I've talked about a few weeks ago where any one of the three is viable to win. You can see Sami Zayn winning and then having Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu go against each other at WrestleMania. You can
Yep.
see Cody Rhodes going up against Drew McIntyre because of their thing. You can see Jacob Fatu for the same reason.
Yep.
So, with that being said, Jacob Fatu basically had the match won until Drew McIntyre comes out and claymores him as he's going for the pin.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
starts beating up on Jacob Fatu, puts
Yeah.
him through the announce table,
Yeah.
turns around, goes to Cody Rhodes.
Of course it does.
Yep. So he starts beating up on Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is kind of down. Drew McIntyre turns around, boom, gets hit with the haluva kick. Which Drew McIntyre's like, yeah. And then Cody Rhodes turns around, hits Sami Zayn with crossroads, hits the 1, 2, 3, and Cody Rhodes qualifies for the Elimination Chamber alongside Randy Orton and L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Ah,
Credits.
boom. Man. Quite a sounds like an action-packed SmackDown. It sounds like they gave us some matches this time. Threw a
Yeah.
lot in there. That's good, man.
Yeah, it was actually a really good balance this week of segments because I'm pretty sure you watched this week too. So it was
I did actually. I
yeah.
did watch this week.
So
Yeah,
it was a good balance of segments and kind of recaps and all that kind of and matches. So
yeah,
it was good. Well done.
it was well done. Not great, but not nothing really was like
Yeah. But
which
please,
brings us
please
to
tell us about Monday Night Raw.
ooh, brings us to Monday Night Raw. Monday Night
Yeah.
Raw comes to you from Memphis. We're in Memphis, Tennessee. Good old Memphis.
And they referenced Jerry the King Lawler's barbecue or bar that he has down there. It's like, good. He's the king of Memphis. Got to
Indeed.
reference him.
Indeed.
Have to.
All right, we start off with a Jay and Jimmy promo, or at least we want to, because in the middle of this we get my name is I'm talking here. We get Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman interrupts the yeet. Paul Heyman says, "No yeeting tonight. No yeeting.
Yeah.
No yeeting."
They stayed in the crowd. Didn't even let him get to the ring.
Oh yeah, yeah. In fact, I have a little mark. I'll tell you when I get there. So Paul Heyman, they're coming out. Eventually, Logan Paul takes the mic. He hits them with the "My name is Logan Paul, and I made $16 million by selling a card."
Yeah.
Because that's not kayfabe, everybody. That's real life.
That's real.
Logan Paul, the card that he has, it's you probably know better than I do. It's a very rare Pokemon card.
Yeah. I figure it's what it is.
Something got made, and Logan Paul ended up selling it for in real life. Ended up selling it for like 16 point something million dollars. So
Million. Yeah.
a little bit of a flex there, a little bit of a flex. But
Good for him.
he's Logan Paul. It's what he does.
What he does.
Uh, Paul Heyman shows footage of the masked man attack, and Austin Theory says it was his match to win before that happened. And once again, they demand answers from Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce tells the Vision, "Hey, look, why don't you all come back to the office? We'll talk about this like grown men." Theory starts, you're blaming Adam Pearce, like, "Hey, the masked man was my thing. Somebody took my thing. It wasn't me. He cost me the thing." And Heyman wants Bronson Reed in the qualifying match for the Chamber, and Pearce is like, "Yo, like, let's just go back and talk. I know you want Bronson Reed in the match because I've been getting phone calls, which is a throwback to somebody. Adam Pearce has got somebody on a cell phone and that Heyman knows about. Like, hey, make something happen. So we still don't know who,
Woo,
who,
woo,
who. We
woo.
don't know who could be on the other end of that phone. People speculate Vince. People speculate The Rock. People speculate a lot of things. We not gonna find out tonight. So, then we get L.A. Knight. When music
Yeah.
comes on, L.A. Knight, yeah, comes on out. And of course, he wants revenge for Bronson Reed jumping on him while he was laying
In
on
the
an
car.
SUV,
Yeah.
putting him out. And so Pierce is like, "Hey, you know what? I didn't know what I was going to do at the start of the match. I didn't have anything planned. Since you all are out here, six-man tag team match. It's official, and it starts right now." So our first match, six-man tag match, is the Usos. At one point, when Adam Pearce is like, "I'll tell you what I'm going to do," and they pointed to the Usos, I forgot they were out there.
Yeah. So did I.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, they're just standing
They're
there."
just hanging up.
So when they announce that, they go to commercial, and that gives the Usos chance to yeet. So they run it back, and they
They
get to
run it
yeet.
back. Yeah. Go down the crowd.
So the first match is the Usos and L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Hurl. versus The Vision and Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, and Logan Paul. That commercial, when they go into the yeeting, when they come back, the match has already started. You don't get to hear the bell ring or anything, which was like, ah, not even the start of the match. So, uh, there's another commercial break. There's two commercial breaks during this match. The Vision is pretty much running kind of things in between both commercial matches. I mean, the Usos and LA Knight, not a traditional tag team, so they're trying their best, but Vision working very well together. Bronson Reed does a suicide dive, which I thought was mad impressive.
Yeah,
Um, they Bronson Reed really showcased because he's trying to
he's the guy now.
push him right now because it's like, hey, if he just said he wanted a qualifying match. He's serious. So, and with Braun Breaker out, Vision needs a guy, right? So everybody's fighting to be that guy. He hits the tsunami on Jimmy, gets the 1, 2, 3, and the winners are the Vision of the night. Logan Paul then grabs Michael Cole's headset, goes over to the announce table. He starts talking crap. I'm Logan Paul. I'm blah blah blah. And guess what, Billiam?
What?
Mass man attacks.
Sure does.
Yay! He runs away, goes up to the steps, and maybe you're thinking, "Oh, here it comes." Nope, still a masked man out there, just
And
doing
then
things.
there they are, just yelling at him again. Damn you, best
Right.
man!
Then we get to the most interesting segment of the entire evening. Adam Pearce goes backstage, and there's a box, Billiam. There's a box, big, maybe person size box that
Big
says
box.
do not open until 02/28/26, which is the date of the Elimination Chamber match. There's a
Just
young man who works in the back named Eli. He says, hey, this is here. Adam Pearce says, you know what? I don't want to deal with this. Make that Nick Aldis' problem. Go ahead and send it to SmackDown. So now we have a whole bunch of speculation about who's in the
what's in
box.
the box? See? Yeah.
What's in the box? Seven, for all you younger people who don't get that reference. Seven. Just ask your folks, Google it. Seven. What's in the box? So now the WWE has created nice little buzz. Who's in the box? Who's it going to be? Blah, blah, blah. I personally have given up on it being Chris Jericho. I don't even care. It'll be
Yep.
Jericho when he's actually out there.
It's
Um,
the gobbledygooker.
it's
Congratulations.
right. Could be years ago, everybody. That's the first thing I thought of. I was like, is this another like Survivor Series egg thing?
Yeah.
Like, who's in a box for 2 weeks? Like, man, the scuttlebutt around the water cooler is that I don't know if you know who Danhausen is,
Yeah.
but it might be Danhausen, which I think would be like, which I went instantly went, yeah, I can see him in a box.
In a box. Yeah. I can see him in a box for 2 weeks.
That that makes
That
sense.
tracks. Yeah.
But yes, but anybody else? I don't know. I think it's just it feels like a forced way to generate some buzz. Like, oh, it's like, don't you have enough mysteries? You got the dude in the box, you got the masked man, you got the person on the phone. Like,
All right.
I don't know.
We got enough going on in Chamber.
There's enough going on.
Give me Punk Finn Balor. That's all I want.
This brings us to our next match. It's going to be the qualifying match, the women's match to see who qualifies for the Elimination Chamber. It is Naughty Natty, as I'm calling her, versus the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, versus the role model, Bailey. It was a pretty good match. Natty showed out first, then Bailey showed out, then Asuka showed out. Coming into this, no offense to Natty, but I instantly ruled her out. I was like, it's going to be between Asuka and Bailey.
Yep.
I my heart wanted Bailey to win. My
Always.
brain was like, I think they're going to throw Asuka in there. Something just tells me that I'm feeling that energy. And sometimes the brain wins, everybody. Sometimes the heart loses, sometimes the heart wins, but this time it's a brain thing because the winner is Asuka. She actually taps out Bailey to
Mhm.
win. So the Empress of Tomorrow is in the Elimination Chamber with Tiffany Stratton,
Yep.
Rhea Ripley. Is it just
Alexa
them?
Bliss.
And Alexa
Alexa
Bliss.
Bliss.
Boom. Got it. And then,
It's basically going to be one lady from each of the tag teams that have been
yeah,
around the tag team division and the championships lately. So
right.
they're great. They're all great. So I
And
welcome it.
then, hey, guess what, Ben?
Tell me.
Maxine Dupree comes out and attacks Natty because
Yay,
you
they're
gotta
gonna fight
keep,
at
you
WrestleMania.
gotta keep
Yeah.
doing, you have to keep doing this whole thing.
How much you want to bet it's going to be a submission match at WrestleMania?
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably. Just be the smart route at this point. Like,
I know.
be the smart route at this
Smart,
point.
dumb, uninteresting.
The
It's all the same.
sharpshooter against the ankle lock. Adam Pierce is backstage trying to convince the ruler, Obafemi. We got an Obafemi sighting. We got Obafemi sighting. We have Adam Pierce handing him a contract, just going like, "Hey, I know you have a big decision to make right now. You're a free agent. I can offer you whatever Nick Aldis is offering you. I can do better. You don't have to think about it right now. Go ahead and take this contract, big guy. Go
Yep.
ahead and think about it." Oba, yes, I got you. Turns around, comes face to face with Rusev. Rusev getting a little stare down. Hey, fun little fact: Rusev's wearing a Rusev Day
I
shirt,
noticed that,
which made me so
which is
happy.
so funny because if I remember he was on a podcast a few months ago and somebody brought up Rusev Day. He's like, I hate Rusev Day. It's the stupidest thing ever, blah blah blah. And I noticed that I was like, look at dude wearing a Rusev Day shirt now.
I haven't heard his new, I guess CVV, the homie dude, just interviewed him. I want to go and listen
Yeah,
to
I
it.
do too.
But and I just finished kind of like a couple weeks ago. Because we're going through the Royal Rumbles. It's Rusev Day.
Aiden English.
Bring Rusev Day back, man. That's funny, man.
Yeah.
So we saw a little snippet beforehand when they were introducing the show. Michael Cole was letting us know that he had a sit down interview with Liv Morgan that he was going to be doing. So we come to that point. We are in a nice little fun little backspace, little office looking kind of lounge area. It's Michael Cole, it's Liv Morgan. Dom comes on in because of course he would. He's Sucio. He does what he wants around here.
Mhm.
He's Dirty Dom Two Belts. He's greatest luchador of all time, greatest Mysterio of all time, greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, greatest Triple I Champion of all times. Sucio. You can tell we're fans around here. God damn it. But he's back there. And Michael Cole is like, yo, so who you gonna pick for WrestleMania? And she goes, I've decided not to tell you guys. Doing Liv Morgan stuff. But hey, Stephanie Vakir comes in, everybody. And let
Bro,
me tell y'all, do y'all remember how excited we got for the CM Punk Roman Reigns promo? That was just lights out. I tell you what, I am happy that our boy Chava, shout out our boy Chava, was in the room. He was able to translate kind of a little bit in real time and after because
I didn't have that luxury.
she delivers this thing all in Spanish. And I promise you, if you just look, you don't need to really understand to know that she's given her the business.
Hmm.
Okay. But for those in the room that needed the help, you do have Dom there whispering a little whispering
Thank you,
what's being
Sucio.
said.
Appreciate that.
And WWE did come out with a whole thing so you can see what she said. But let me just tell you the basics. She basically hits her with, oh, you talking about you put in 10 years of work because that's what Liv was talking about. And 10 years, blah blah. Or you got the best gyms. WWE hooked you up. I was wrestling in Chile where there wasn't wrestling, where she had to apologize about that. But I'm just repeating what she said in the moment. I was wrestling in Chile. I had to go all over and do this and this, and I had to prove myself. And you're hiding behind a man, and you should be embarrassed to be a champion. And just giving her receipts and basically kind of calling her out for her privilege.
It was great. Yeah.
Sometimes when you get called out on your privilege, you can make some of them cry. Liv Morgan got a little boo hooey. And yeah, and
And
Stephanie
left.
basically says, "Come WrestleMania, if you choose me, I'm gonna embarrass you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show
But
you
I
what a real
just did.
champion. I'm gonna show you what a real champion is gonna be like."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So like this the Punk and Reigns promo was back and forth. This was all Stephanie McCare.
yep.
All of it.
Yeah, you're
And
here to
she
listen.
carried it. And
Yep.
Liv didn't say a word,
Nope.
but she didn't have to.
Nope.
Didn't have to. It was so
Nope.
good.
It's a great promo. It's a super great promo. Y'all should go ahead and check it out. Like I said, they went on ahead and posted everything that she said. She gave Liv the business. It was fierce, super fierce. I loved it. This brings us to CM Punk. He comes on out and real quick. Stephanie had a real great line where she said, "I walked through hell and made it mine."
Mm.
It's a bar. Speaking of bars, CM Punk comes out and he's got a little message for Roman Reigns. Seeing as how we're kind of sports people, he throws a little thing that says, just because you made the playoffs doesn't mean you quit the regular season. I just thought that was a fun little line that he threw out there.
Good.
Says Finn deserves what's coming. On that note, Finn comes out with Dom and a little show of brotherhood, and JD McDonough
Returning
is back,
JD
everybody.
McDonough.
JD McDonough. So they come on out, and Finn starts hitting punks with some receipts, and he kind of goes like, "Look, man, you call yourself the best in the world, but in order to be the best in the world, you got to be world traveled. You got to get down with them people in Europe. You got to wrestle with those people in Japan. You got to beat Roman Reigns on his first night of Raw." So if you're looking for the best of the world, look no further. You're staring at him. It's a nice little thing. And then Punk basically throws the things like, "Look, man, I respect who you were. This Finn Balor, this is a Judgment Day Finn Balor, held back by some dude back there who has two belts but never defends them, and some dude back there who needs help getting in the ring because his head's too big." To which the crowd started chanting "bobblehead" at JD McDonough.
So good.
Oh, oh, and you knew Phil was going to take a shot. I saw Phil calculating the shots at one point. He's just like, I'm like, oh, Phil's
Yeah.
thinking of something to say, bro. He's
Yep.
he's cooking, man. He's
Yeah.
cooking.
Gears were cooking.
Punk goes ahead and turns his back. Now, I did find it funny that earlier we did have a thing where Stephanie was calling out Liv and bringing up receipts, and then we then had another promo where Finn was calling out receipts, and I was like, oh, I feel like Stephanie just did that. I feel like we just saw that, but that's neither here nor there. Punk turns around, he's like, hey, if you want to take a shot, go on ahead. JD McDonough's all mad, and Dom's all mad, and Finn keeps holding him back. And he's like, no, we're not going to do that. And Punk walks away, and Finn's just, that's how that stands.
Yep.
You talked about Rio putting in the work. Guess who stopped by Raw? Ryan Saxon's backstage. He's talking to Rio. It is the tag team champions, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. And the Kabuki Warriors come up as they've kind of been doing to everybody that's getting interviewed. Uh, Kyrie says that Asuka is going to win the Chamber, and Asuka tells them they're not ready for what's going to happen at the Chamber. That's it. They just a chance for just any chance for Asuka to go Kyrie at this point. So there it is. Which brings us to our Matt. Wait, before that, we do have a moment where Penta did come up to Adam Pierce. This was right after they found the box. Penta came up to Adam Pierce. He's like, "Hey, remember a long time ago when I first came in and you asked me what I wanted, and I said I wanted a shot at the Intercontinental Championship? Like that hasn't changed. I'd liked a shot at the
Yeah.
Intercontinental. I'd like to fight Dom for the Intercontinental Champion." He's like, "Well, I like you have to go out there and earn it first." So he puts him in a match. It is now for the number one contender match for the Intercontinental Championship. It is El Grande Americano versus Penta. Bravo and Rio are with El Grande as they come out. Penta gets a new ring post pop. Now when he's in the ring, he does a thing. Now
Yeah.
we get fireworks from the side, so that's great. Everything was going well. OG Grande comes out and snatches Bravo from under the ring. It's a whole little fun thing. Uh, Fake El Grande gets distracted, so the winner is Penta. So Penta is now the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship.
Right.
And both Grandes fight. It's a whole thing. Mask v mask. It's gonna happen. Mask v mask.
Bring it.
This brings us to Judgment Day. Finn basically is telling him, "Look, I got to do this on my own. Like, why didn't you let us beat him up and blah blah blah? Like, I'm going to do it on my own. I tired of being an afterthought."
Yeah. I'm tired of being afterthought.
Yeah. So then AJ Lee comes on out. We get to see some AJ Lee. She comes out. She's like, "Look, I'm not modest. I know who I am." She's bringing up the Divas belt. She's like, "I'm the bridge between, like, there was a time there. There was a time here. There's a time there. So I'm the bridge between eras." And we had a little belt with a little butterfly on it. But I made that. But I love that little belt.
It was a great promo.
It was nice to hear her talk about the Divas Championship. It's like I gave Becky a 10-year head start, and she's not caught up to me yet. She's going to beat Becky at WrestleMania. I'm going to beat Becky at WrestleMania, but I'd like her to come on out and get some hands right now. Becky comes out and she's like, "Well, for 10 years, I was making history." And I go, "Wait, didn't we see this already?" I was like, "Wait, isn't that what Stephanie and CM Punk just did?" It's the same kind of keeping receipts promo. And then to double down on that, AJ's like, "Go ahead, hit me." I'm like, "Didn't your husband just do, didn't we just see
Did it.
that?" Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, "It's good, but we just saw this." So you go ahead and Try to hit me. Doesn't happen. I don't fight in Memphis. And she walks out.
She's so
I thought
good.
this was funny. I don't fight in Memphis.
So
Like,
good.
what does that have to do with anything? Um, the Vision is waiting for Adam Pierce. They said, come and talk to you by my office. And Bronson Reed basically goes, look, man, here it seems like you have some problems. Well, I'm a problem solver. Let me know. So he'll let him know. That's going to bring us to our main event of the evening. It is the men's qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber. It is the young OG, the young blood, that boy, Bouncy
Bouncy.
Devon Evans versus Susio, two belts, Dirty Dom versus Sering General, the career ender, Gunther himself. Man, we're up a little bit against it, but let me just tell y'all, coming into this match, I had just one thought. I was like, well, this is going to be a Gunther walk-off.
Yeah.
But guess what, everybody?
Nope.
You know who's going to be in the Elimination Chamber? That boy, Bouncy. He survives power bombs and all this. Dragon Lee comes out, hits Gunther with the ring bell. Javon takes advantage, and Javon Evans, everybody, is going to
Bounces
be
his way.
in the Elimination Chamber match. He did it. They let him do it. Yes. Yes. That is a great way to end the show. I was so juiced because I did not see that coming.
No.
Wonderful.
Keeps on the
Congratulations,
toes.
OG. Hey, Billiam. Let
See,
the people know how they can help us out before we wrap it all up here.
absolutely. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, kids. Go ahead and tell your friends that your favorite podcast is going to be their favorite wrestling podcast.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell us what you like, what you don't like, what you want to hear more or less of. If you want to catch us on Instagram, go ahead and find us Section 8 Wrestling Pod. And if you just want to listen to us, find us on Spotify and Apple Music.
Woo! That was the show. We hope y'all had a good time. Please stop by and see us again. We are the Section 8 Wrestling Podcast. I am Kills at Wills.
All right, Billy.
Hey! We're going to see y'all on the next one.
Bye, y'all.